Russians, foreign people.
Hey Facebook, this is the Angry Hobo channel with your host, the Angry Hobo. We're listening to a truther, somebody from the truth community who's a little less of a tinfoil hat wearing kind of truther. Of course, I never hear much about the truth, the hobo truth, and nothing but the hobo truth. But we're just going to take a little clip here and then add our own little hobo commentary, Just in case. I know hobos have a freedom of speech like everyone else, but just in case, I'm going to make sure that the hobo voice is heard here. So let's listen to what this truther has to say.
Are putting out fake news.
Fake news.
And there was pressure on social media to rein this in. Don't allow there to be a financial. Don't let these people get financially compensated. At the same time, there was this stuff going on with PewDiePie and people like this, gamers who swear and maybe make racial slurs and things like this. And so they were saying, these people are now having a platform and they are making lots of money. PewDiePie made like $12 million.
Okay, let's stop right here. So PewDiePie made like how much money? Let's listen again. How much money? So I guess all you really need is decent high-speed internet and a pretty decent computer, and then you can just make.
And there was pressure on social media.
Let's see, how much does he make?
Don't allow there to be a financial.
Listen.
Don't let these people get financially compensated. At the same time, there was this stuff going on with PewDiePie. And people like this, gamers who swear and maybe make racial slurs. And
Right.
And so they were saying, these people are now having a platform and they are making lots of money. PewDiePie made like $12 million.
Wait, $12 million?
A year.
A year. $12 million a year. Okay, let's pause this for a second. So PewDiePie, he uses a camera like this that I'm using right now, or probably, of course, I'm sure it's a much better camera than this. And he gets on YouTube and does like YouTube videos of him playing video games and cussing and making racial slurs while he plays. And he makes $12 million a year. Does that not sound a little suspicious to you that maybe he's actually part of the Illuminati or something, and they're just letting him sit on a computer all day and play video games and just giving him fucking millions of $12 million a year? So wait, so let me get this straight. YouTube is demonetizing stupid videos of people who play video games and cuss while they play video games, and that are making $12 million a year, sitting on their fucking slothful ass making stupid videos, and get $12 million a year, and YouTube shutting it down, but the YouTubers are the victims, right? Who the fuck? It's unreal. Then you have elderly homeless people who are fucking like wheelchair bound. They can't even fucking pull enough money out of their pocket to pay for a fucking hamburger. And you're gonna try to tell me that this PewDiePie is a victim because YouTube is demonetizing his fucking shitty YouTube videos? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people on the internet? I mean, obviously, the majority of them are all middle and upper class, so they all have this entitlement issue that they can sit on their fucking lazy ass and make fucking stupid YouTube videos that bring in $12 million a year? I mean, come on, is PewDiePie really worth $12 million a year? I tried to watch him one time, and I got about 6 minutes into it, and it was fucking boring. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. So let's see. So obviously this makes sense to some people. Apparently it makes sense to this guy. I can't fucking make any sense of it, I think it's fucking stupid. But anyways, let's get back to the hobo truth. Anyways, fucking so.
And they're getting compensated. And these corporations said, we don't want our brands being associated with these people.
Oh, poor YouTubers who make $12 million a year aren't going to get their $12 million a year anymore. Oh.
poor
I'm gonna
rats.
pause it again. This guy that makes $12 million a year, how much of that money do you think that he gives to the poor, like the homeless elderly, homeless children, homeless vets? How much? I'd say about zero.
From YouTube. So there's a whole ad ban, which was a control thing. I covered this.
Fucking so fucking retarded.
And so YouTube now and Facebook, we're given cover. We're given opposition cover where they can come out and say, hey, we're going to clean up and censor
oh no
free speech.
Oh no! So these.
So when you see these things,
Oh my gosh! These poor
on
YouTubers.
Facebook and YouTube, where, well, they demonetize these videos, which is
Oh my god!
and then they.
That's an
ban videos,
abomination,
and then they give
man.
people community guideline strikes because of this. Okay, so this is why.
This is news,
What was
man.
the reason? And also there was some videos that played on so-called jihadist. I'm sorry.
See that reptilian
jihadist
tongue slip?
videos. This was covered and all that. So there was a whole fake news thing. And so, again, what all this is about is victim consciousness. So
Oh yeah, poor
we're gonna talk
victims.
about
These
Sandy
poor
Hook
YouTube
and
victims.
Las
Yeah.
Vegas and what's changed in these two events to make the truther community look worse. This is part of why the event was structured.
Yeah,
the way
these
it
poor
was.
YouTubers. They just
So
look
we'll
bad
get to that
now.
in just a second. But I've talked about this. Victim consciousness is very powerful.
Oh yeah.
When in the assault cycle that I used, when I worked with sex offenders, the sex offender would, the way they would break into their assault cycle, it always started
This is interesting.
with a victim statement, a poor me statement.
Oh,
So-
wait. You mean like the poor me statement that middle and upper class use to address homelessness? You know, it's such an inconvenience to these middle class people to have to see homeless people on the street, man. They just want them gone. They don't care where they go. Just get them out of the sight of the middle and upper class because it's so inconvenient to. It's like it's an abomination, man. We need to get rid of these homeless people. You know, these hobos. They got to go.
Goes to rob a bank or do some crime. It always, the
Or ignore homeless people and
rationalization, the permission that they give themselves is always poor me.
kind of like the rationalization of how middle and upper class can just continue to ignore the hobos of the world and stuff. Yeah, who cares? You know, they're just lazy, drug addict, mentally ill. Fucking right. Yeah.
It's always the world's against me, something bad happened to me.
Oh, you mean like how the Illuminati is against the middle and upper class? Yeah. Those poor middle and upper class, the Illuminati is just brainwashing them with all their lies and, these middle class victims, they're just victims of the Illuminati is all they are,
You know, people say or whatever, they're sexually offended,
Yeah.
and therefore they get to do bad things to other people.
Yeah, therefore the middle class get to just ignore the hobos and the elderly that are homeless and the homeless children, right? Because they're victims. These middle class people, they just aren't getting enough of what they need, you know. As soon as the middle class gets their issues addressed, then maybe they'll consider, maybe not.
People.
It's that damn Illuminati.
And
man.
this system is fueled by and generated by victim consciousness. So you think about, say, 9/11, for example. Now let's say everything that the government has told you about 9/11 is completely true.
Or let's say that everything the government has told you about hobos is true.
And for all you sheeple that stumble onto this
And for all you sheeple that believe everything the government tells you about hobos, that they're just drug addict, lazy, mentally ill,
video, that believe that everything, that the government story is, the official story is true.
Yeah, like the government story on the hobos are all just lazy, mentally ill, drug addicts.
Everyone should be able to see, even the sheeple should be able to see what they used, how they used the victim consciousness of this event.
Right.
Whether it was really happened or not, of course, we all know.
Right. Like the victim conscious of middle class. They're too much of their tax dollars are going to the government. You know, the middle class, they need the president to address their issues, Yeah, middle class needs a president that's going to address middle class issues so that middle class people have a better life. Hobos don't matter.
But in terms of the controlling people.
Yeah.
What they used
The controlling people.
was the victim consciousness. So let's say what
They
happened
used victim
after that?
consciousness, right?
Well, they invaded Afghanistan and they invaded Iraq illegally. These were
Oh yeah, they invaded these poor countries, right? Because these people who are so poor that they have to use box cutter knives to fly planes into the fucking Twin Towers. Oh yeah, this all just the whole thing, it just all makes so much sense.
wars that Congress didn't vote upon, and they had nothing to do with 9/11 itself. Nothing, zero.
Right. Just like how the Congress and the government have nothing to do with the this massive flux of populations of poverty and hobos everywhere. No, the government doesn't have anything to do with that. No, those hobos, they just did it to themselves, you know. And you know, I mean, these poor middle class people, the victimhood that they're experiencing by having to be around all these slothful hobos, it's a tragedy. You know, something needs to be done, you know, so that these middle class people don't have to be inconvenienced by these hobos. I'm telling you, it's just these poor middle class people. I feel for them, man.
And so they invaded 2 countries. Well, what happened from there? Well, then they went on to destroy the government in Egypt, the so-called Arab Spring. They went on to destroy the one in Libya. The Libya thing is the worst one to me.
Anyways, I think I've had about enough of
The British
this.
Parliament has said that invasion, the reason to go into Libya.
This ain't the hobo truth. What, you know, this is the middle class truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it gets old after a while when all you hear is about how important the middle class are. You know, they're so important because they work so much harder than the lower class and the hobos. You know, they shouldn't have to be inconvenienced with them. You know, they just need to have their nice homes and their mundane jobs, and you know, they have to have something to complain about. If they can't find nothing to complain about, then they'll just pull the Illuminati out of their ass. You know, just hey, the Illuminati, man, they're oppressing the middle class people, man. We got to do something about this Illuminati problem. Oh god, dude, these guys, it's just, I don't know, bro. It's so fucking. Anyways, this is the Angry Hobo channel. We speak the hobo truth and nothing but the hobo truth.